Why is urban planning important? Urban planning, in summary, is the ideas and development that is involved in building and sustaining a strong community. There's a lot of factors and people that are involved in urban planning, everything not just limited to zoning, transit, land use, and resource management, as well as everyone from mayors, city council, architects, etc. Urban planning isn't a recent concept at all, despite the recent interest by many, particularly of North American cities, to be improved. Of course, cities have been around since the dawn of civilization. With Uruk in Mesopotamia being one of our first in history, our methods of creating cities have reached far greater heights since the past 7,000 years or so. So what exactly is the issue of modern cities? Modern cities would logically be an upgrade to the humble settlements that held around 90,000 people, right? That would be partially correct. Places like Amsterdam, Tokyo, Paris, Istanbul, and Rome have been praised around the world for their people-friendly designs and freedom of transport that's often within city borders, which further reach into the surrounding metropolitan area, as well as their beautifully designed, multi-story, mixed-use buildings that make walkability a very easy motion to do in the day-to-day life of an urbanite. In that perspective, those cities have deserved their titles of being the greatest cities on Earth, consistently improving the fundamental concepts of the city as time progressed, carefully implementing subways, streetcars, parks, plazas, and most importantly, bringing commercial and business use buildings near residential, limiting the amount of motor vehicle traffic present within a city because citizens aren't required to purchase or use automobiles for small daily tasks. It also clears up the need for a city to place unnecessarily large parking lots or disastrous multi-lane roads because the city is better designed for pedestrians and bikers. City policy is at the core of decision-making, with a lot of changes and plans that a place would look into in deciding on what plan was best to go through with. The city council and mayors often have a final say of what changes are to be made, and it can seem out of reach for regular civilians to be interested in such policy. However, the policies being pushed as well as the community involvement should be intertwined with one another. A city's policy is the greatest reflection of the biggest issues in that community, and if good policies are passed, then the community will become stronger. On the flip side, many cities in North America have been falling behind on policy, and consequently, this leaves a lot of US and Canadian cities with bad infrastructure, time-consuming, inefficient, earth-polluting traffic, and an overall dissatisfaction with how everything is designed. This is because politicians of many cities in North America have become fixated on building out automobile infrastructure, leaving little room to accommodate those who choose to walk or cycle through their cities. As a result, there's very little choice in how one gets around town, because there's massive parking lots, traffic jams that last for hours, subcar access to rails or subways, and a lot more issues. The alarmingly high dependence on motor vehicles leave a lot of North American cities to be blind, soulless, congested concrete hellscapes that are increasingly costing far more than they're being worth to live in. Urban planning is a two-way street. Bottom line, no other way around it. It involves both the people in power as well as the community who live out their daily lives within that metropolitan area. And the mistakes that are currently being experienced right now in North America are a result of politicians pushing out the dumbest, most auto-centric policies, only thinking of those that have automobiles instead of more pressing issues like the environment, poverty, as well as homelessness. My channel, as well as many of those who share a similar view on urbanism, all aim to pick apart the mistakes that American urban planners have done to ruin such a beautiful, prosperous, and once free nation. A poor grasp on transportation, some segregation, and a whole lot of big auto lobbying have led us to the current crises that we are facing today. Strong community action and organization is by far the best way to start bringing change to your community and end car dependency. My series in particular plans on breaking down each flaw of the common American city/suburb, as well as certain solutions that can be taken to bring back the local infrastructure into the hands of the community. We'll take a look at specific elements that undermine a community and its soul, as well as the appropriate actions that we can take to bring about the right changes. I'll also present some hot takes and my reasoning behind those opinions, and even cover some news particularly about the Dallas area, since this is where I currently live. I'll also take a look into what certain cities have done to correct their previous mistakes and issues that they were once negligent on. I genuinely look forward to covering each of these topics and would love to see feedback on each of my posts. My urban planning related videos will likely have an orange border around the thumbnail, just so that the topics and the aesthetics kind of match and have a bit of a consistency with one another. If you made it this far into the video and enjoyed it, please leave a like, sub, and even consider the Patreon link, but more importantly, share. It means a lot that you managed to sit through my video, and the faster my channel grows, the sooner my content will improve. But regardless, I will continue to upload more bangers and entertainment related videos, as well as the aforementioned urbanism videos. ありがとうござい。また見てね。一緒に頑張ろう。
幻の駅